Bring the horns in. We going all in.
Let's tell the story correctly. Let's be honest with one another. The greatest point of what I think of notoriety of the whole Attica situation was not the fact of the inhumane treatment that those convicted murderers, rapists, and thieves was subjected to while in prison. It was the killing of the hostages.
And I just want to add to that. Not only that, when George Jackson, the word got that he got killed, it brought everybody, regardless of who he was. People that worked in the chapel, people that worked in the synagogue, people that was Muslims, everybody came together and wore that armband. And that's when the administration should have took heed to what was going to happen. Because not only did a certain amount of people that was considered troublemakers and people that wanted to be rebellious was out there, but the whole institution refused to eat. And they had some good food that day.
Yeah. How about that? They, I think they made a special menu.
Hot fried chicken and mashed potatoes and cream corn.
Never seen that. Never seen that.
Never forgot that.
But this is the way of pacifying people, and it was an old trick, old plantation trick. Let me feed you, and you do what I tell you to do, and don't worry about them riffraffs over there. It didn't work.
Nobody, maybe one or two people picked up a tray.
Yeah.
And you talk about a huge mess hall. This mess hall is it's a big as a football field.
Big
Attica's
place.
mess hall. And only one or two people, they couldn't even eat their food because people were staring at them, not saying nothing, because we couldn't talk either. It was a silent protest. And everybody had armbands on. And at that time, you couldn't be out of uniform. We was out of uniform and hoping for somebody to make us. And they had word, leave them alone.
And they did.
They did.
And they did. And they couldn't govern the fact that people wasn't going into the mess hall, making a whole lot of talking, making a whole lot of noise, talking across the side of the mess hall to a person that you might have not seen for a couple of years, a couple of months, whatever the case may be. It was silence. It was silence. Silence was golden. The effects of George Jackson, what it had on Attica prison, is tremendous. It was tremendous because a lot of people, I mean, I wasn't that learned at that point, but I knew he was a guy that was locked up in prison. And I didn't believe the fact that and I still don't to this day, believe that he had a gun in his afro. I believe he was assassinated. Why? Because the year before, his brother was assassinated.
That's right.
Okay, and so when we talk about the Angela Davises of the day that articulated the indignation that George Jackson was going through at the time, well, I can relate to that. I was in Attica prison. I was under the same oppression, and by golly, come September 1971, it was manifested to the world.
And people was angry from that day because, like I said, I was one of the young guys that came from Auburn. So I always carried the chip on my shoulder. I was just waiting for an excuse. And when I came out and I saw people running around the yard chasing the police, man, it was like a Fields Day, a holiday. I wanted to get down to the commissary because I wanted to get some cigarettes. I don't even smoke. I was going to start selling them and get some biff and some kipper snacks and take it to myself so I could have a lot of stuff for myself, which was really stupid. That showed you the mentality I had at that time. Because I never went back to that cell.
Wow, I was getting ready to say that.
They shot that stuff, all my stickers and cigarettes was under my bed. They probably shot the cans up. I don't know what happened. They said they shot in the building with holes in the wall inside. I said, damn, I was telling somebody, damn, I had all that food down there. The first time I had that much conversation since I've been locked up, and I can't get to it.
Wow.
I was in the box.
And you know what? That shows you the mentality that we had.
I had a messed up mentality. I was
as convicts.
Yeah.
I'm going to put stuff in my cell, so after this event is over, I think will be in my cell waiting. Yeah. I never seen that cell again in my life.
And I could sell cigarettes, and I could sell kipper snacks. You know, it was crazy, man.
The jailhouse hustle.
Yeah, that's where my head was at. You know, and if the Muslims didn't protect the police, I probably would have had a charge on me. You know, and then let me say that, talk about charges. When they decided to indict people, I was with Eve Carey. I mean, I can't say this enough. She was an angel. The whole Civil Liberties Union, Ira Glasser, Trudy, Barbara Shack, they all, Alan Levine, they all worked Porsche 70. They all was protecting me because they knew I was a knucklehead. I went and got a gun and I was waiting for the police to roll up on me, but they never came for me. Because I thought I was going to be indicted since I was one of the first ones to go to the box. They never came for me, and I was so happy, that I didn't get indicted.
It's odd that you could bring that up, because I remember when you left Attica box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was in the box in A block, and word came around, yo, Larry Giller was gone. What? Yeah,
They was happy too. It was.
And goes, I think Dog told me, Dog said, yo, man, my man's leaving out. We going, and the population started decreasing in what we call boxes, segregation, and everybody was eventually moved to HBZ, and to know that what the reaction was. And I think today they call them bleeding heart liberals, but I would like to say, and once again, the Bill Consuls of the world that says, you know what, let's have justice for everybody. Who put those Civil Liberties Union programs together? Who did the midnight specials?
That's right.
Who said, you know what, those guys that's in jail are human beings and they ought to be treated as human beings. So, kudos to them. Kudos to them.
He was like a big figure. I mean, he still is.
Yeah.
Not was.
Larger than life.
He's still larger than life. As far as I'm concerned, he was like a father image to me, because I was a kid, man. He used to tell me, "This killer, calm down." I was wild.
Yeah.
Marjorie would tell you, I was totally out of my mind.
I remember when he walked the yard, the last time he was in the yard, he walked the yard. I mean, he had people around because we had a special detail of people, and it's got to be known. We're going to protect our own. And this was a guy, I'm wearing gray today because that's what we wore then. Our uniforms was gray.
Yeah, it was.
The police wore blue.
Bring the horns in. We going all in.